Hello, my friends. Thanks for joining me again. How can I avoid becoming too much of a typical adult, parentheses, endless responsibilities, worrying about money, becoming boring, being monotonous, etc., especially when most of those my age are already well on their way to being one? Okay, let's, this is a long list, so let's take this one at a time. Endless responsibilities. Unfortunately, adulthood is going to bring some more responsibilities along with it. But remember that, you are in control of your life. You do make decisions every day. So make decisions that don't take on additional responsibilities. And then when you can, try to find creative or effective ways to manage the responsibilities that you do have. I live with roommates who are kindly paying my mortgage for me, for example. So sometimes there are creative ways to be a responsible adult and not feel like it's extra work. So be very mindful of that. Worrying about money. I guess, this is a hard one for a lot of people to let go of. And of course, to some extent, it does depend on your financial situation. So I don't want to imply that money is never a concern, but I would encourage you to think more about today. If you have enough money to survive today and you're doing things that you enjoy and you're growing as a person, then remember that investing in yourself probably almost always makes more sense than investing in situations, because we don't always know if those situations will come to fruition or how we'll feel if or when they do. So keep the focus on yourself, and then money will just, I think, naturally fade into the background a little bit. Becoming boring. Well, if you're living the life that you want to live, then you won't be boring. Continue to try new things, continue to take on new hobbies, continue to meet new people, continue to find what inspires you and runs with it. And if you're not boring yourself, then you probably won't bore others. But of course, other people's perception of you becomes more irrelevant if you're just living the life that you want to live. So keep finding fun and adventure in whatever forms you can. And I suspect you're not at nearly the risk of becoming boring that you think you are. Being monotonous. What do you mean? Do you mean like you just don't have any inflection in your voice anymore? Or just like you do the same things a lot? I mean, to some extent, habit and pattern can be valuable aspects of our life. So I guess try not to be hard on yourself for consistently doing things that you like. A routine can be really valuable too. So just find small ways to mix things up. It can be a new outfit or a new haircut, or like I said, new hobbies, or listening to a new genre of music, or trying new food. So the sky's the limit when it comes to newness. And I think sometimes we think we have to make big changes in our life to feel like we're making any changes at all. But of course, I'm always pushing for that inner snail. So when in doubt, just make really small changes, and you'll be surprised how much they add up over time. And you'll be surprised how non-monotonous you feel when all is said and done. So thank you for asking the question. I wish you the best of luck staying young, but also don't put the pressure on yourself. Like, it's not your job to always be playful and to always be silly and to always whatever. So if some days you just got to get done, then just go ahead and get done, and try to do so without placing any judgment on yourself. Focus on connection, focus on playfulness, and you're going to do just fine. I appreciate you asking. I hope that was helpful. If anybody else has suggestions, please share them down below, and I'll see you all next time.